Arroyo. Blocked coverage here by CAPITAL1. Lana fires down. Arroyo again, and this time he gets it on the second attempt.
Getting the starter start once again is Chini Arroyo. Whom we mentioned earlier, the top of the coverage comes from the program of National University. Traces her roots, of course. Pinanggit natin kanina kung anong kanyang pinanggalingan. At napakalayo na nang narating na itong 22-year-old na si Chini Arroyo.
Exactly. Young guns for both of our squads here. First, score goes to Farm Fresh, and they get their second one as well as their setter, Louis Romero, with that serve.
One of the top young playmakers that we have here in the country today. As the yellow shirts of the Solar Spikers scores their first point courtesy of Jalana, who just turned professional.
Yes.
Comes from the UE Lady Warriors. First pro stint. While Shirley Salamagos, who used to play for the Arellano Lady Chiefs, starts out for Coach Roger in this match. Challenge.
Challenge here, courtesy of CAPITAL1. An early challenge for the girls in yellow as we put play to a halt as we check out a block, a touch challenge for them.
I think the challenge was from Coach Jerry.
And no challenge.
Tama si Coach Roger. So, 3 straight points here.
Good eyes, Coach
Tama,
Jerry.
di ba? Tama, from
Yes.
Coach Jerry.
Yes.
So that shot was long. 3 straight points here for Louis Romero and the rest of the Foxies.
Makatuno goes to the middle. Paniegos, but the body's on the floor and CAPITAL1 unable to keep that one in play.
The Farm Fresh had 3 blocks, outblocked by Creamline. That 4-set loss, 11-3, comes up with the first offensive block in the first set for their 4th straight point.
Romero will continue to serve here. Jalana fires away. Katulana from the pipe. Paniegos here in CAPITAL1. Farm Fresh has a chance. And Trisha Tubo takes advantage with that one and on cue. Let's bring in Kyla Kingso for this report. Thanks, Yanina. Our Farm Fresh Foxies played quite a marathon of a first set against the defending champions last Saturday, extending the set all the way to 36-34. And this is all thanks to the efforts and leadership of Trisha Tubu, who led on the offensive
side of things. Now I asked her what she believes were the key preparations to pull off this exceptional opening performance, and she said that during the off-season, the Foxies loaded up on their conditioning and agility trainings to physically equip themselves for the intensity of these matches. Sabi nga niya, perfectionism is the name of their game. Hindi nila tatapusan yung training kung hindi pa na-perfect at na-polish yung mga drills. And as one of the Foxies' hardest workers and strongest attackers, I bet we'll be seeing more tricks up her sleeve. Now let's go back to this timeout.
Nag-open na naman tayo. Diba?
Thank you, Kyla, for that report, and it's good to know that the Farm Fresh Foxies have a faster sort of training now that they came off of their consultant in the Japanese team, Kurishiki Ablaze, over in the off-season. As Louis Romero will continue to serve a timeout by Coach Roger Goroyev a while ago. And it's a good timeout, Coach Ronnie, for them.
Stops a 6-point register. This is the first point of Shirley Salamagos.
Formerly of Arellano Lady Chiefs, scored 1 point. Finally puts the Solar Spikers on the board with that quick play.
Salamagos also played for the Ablaze in Japan back in 2021. Verdig, though, goes outside for her, and Farm Fresh will go up to 7 here.
Very aggressive Chini Arroyo getting a lot of touches here, coming from ace playmaker Romero as they jump the gun at the Solar Spikers, ahead once again by 6 at 7-1.
Chini Arroyo on deck. May goes to Jalana on the other side. Romero to Trisha Tubu, and that Adamson connection, Coach Ron.
Familiarity, versatility, name it, Tubo has it. Good combination with Dewey Romero for a 7-point lead, reaching the first technical time.
Good news mga kapatid, napapanood na rin tayo ngayon sa pinakabagong Free Fire channel na talaga namang para sa Pinoy, ang RPTV. Tutok na sa Analog TV Channel 9, DTT Channel 19, at sa higit 300 cable at satellite providers nationwide at sa Signal Play. As we head on back to action, Capital 1 against the Farm Fresh Foxies. Foxies brought us to our first technical timeout. It's 8-1 on our scoreboard. But Niegas takes advantage of that and gets a point off the blocker to Farm Fresh.
Earlier, it took about 6 points before the Solar Spikers got their first. Curtis of Shirley Salamagos. Now Niegos, who gets her first start, delivers a second point for Coach Roger Goraya.
Lano with the service. Romero back set, Patricia Tubo blocks. Bertolano down the line, and she's one of the players that we want to see heat up throughout the competition.
She will moving forward, definitely. One of the top players in the UAP in her heydays, playing for the UAP Baduns at 6 points and 3.5 sets. So against the Cool Smashers, and very promising. Itong si Eliza Bertolano. First name pa lang, mabigat na.
Tama, Coach. Living up to the name of the Elizas here in the PVL. She'll make a way there. Capital 1 scrambles. Jalana gives Farm Fresh a chance ball.
Good shit. Excellent decision coming from Romero. Defense was all focused on the left side. And then just changing direction, going to the opposite end and securing another 8-point or an 8-point lead here for the Foxes. Looking to better than 10th place finish in the previous All-Filipino Conference.
They had 2 wins and 9 losses in the second All-Filipino Conference back in 2023.
Oh, nice. That's Niegos with their second point, had 5 points. In the 3-set loss, Laban sa charity go crossovers, a match that took only 67 minutes to finish. Niegos did not play the first set, but played in the last 2 sets for the Solar Spikers. Over received, Capilegas. Bounce on that. This is a rare 2-point run here for the Solar Spikers. At kung papalikan natin, una na lang laban, they scored only 6 points in the 25-6 first set loss that took only 19 minutes to end. Kat Villegas did not play sa unang laro ng Capital 1. Played for Coach Roger Grayev for the San Sebastian Lady Stars some years back.
We're at 4-11 on our scoreboard right now, and it seems like Coach Roger Grayev wants all of the players to get touches now moving forward.
He's looking for the spark, the energy, yung fight. And his ladies, of course, goes without saying, sandali pa lang sila magkakasama. But you want at least to get the energy and the effort in terms of defensive persistence that he's trying to establish. Then you take your offense from there.
So Kate Viray on your screens a while ago, Kat Villegas will serve. Romero to the middle with Risa Cruz a while ago. They go to Nevada this time. Bertolano soars. Ball is still alive and a dunk by Louis Romero.
son of deception. Once again, with a slide play, with an open hitter, going for the dump. This last sequence shows you the kind of smartness that this young playmaker has in their arsenal.
That move is brought to you by Honda Motorcycles. Magical court, the Louis Romero, the service error. Eliza Bertolano is known for, of course,
Her jump serves.
jump serves.
Right, and a lot of power and force, of course. But it's the control that she will work on
Exactly.
eventually. And once she gets that down, definitely a more difficult player to guard and defend.
Arroyo off the blockers of Capital 1 here.
3 for Chile. Not bad.
Check it out, the closer.
It's off the block. Coming from Arroyo, from Mandawi City, from Subang Dako Technical Vocational School, now in the big city, amidst the bright lights, in the biggest stage of the PVL.
Here in Phil Sports Arena, miscommunication on the Capital 1 side. See that Tagsip made away with that. Jalana answers back.
The most emphatic first set point here for the Solar Spikers, coming up with 7 points, still behind by 6. I think that was a net touch call against the Farm Fresh Foxes, as May Makatuno also started their initial match. Gets to the service line.
Liza with the first ball.
Good block.
Powerful block. Shirley sends it over. They go back to Eliza in the pipe. She pushes it for Capital 1 to take advantage. Will they? Blocked though by Farm Fresh. Diegos cross court. Bertolano made away with that one. Underhand set to John Nana. This time, powers through.
Good sequence.
Ball is not alive anymore. Go Johnny.
Good transition sequence here for the yellow shirts and then the light of the players. The second unit, the coach, Roger Durayan. The unit connection, getting the job done. Diegos putting pressure in the defensive rotation, and then Jalan finishing off the 8th point of Capital 1.
May with that service. Arroyo answers back though.
Faster than the 2 blockers would try to shadow Chile Arroyo, who's the leading scorer right now.
And that spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan. Tubong ng Bayan. Jalano with the first ball.
Good combination play. That's the value of the veteran playmaker in May Makatuno. Diegos, really explosive, now with a total of 3 to lead all Solar Spikers. Navarro still scoreless so far, not much touches for her. As we take a look at PL Defonso of the Fire Fresh Box, the service error for Shirley Salamacos puts them in a 6-point hole at 59.
59 on our scoreboard, but it's good to see Capital 1 closing the gap here in the first set. We have Chini Arroyo with this service. She has 4 points from 4 attacks so far.
It's just about 4 of 6 here in this first set. Oh, miscommunication. That last quick play attempted shoot set. Instead, they're down by 7 as we head to the second technical set.
Arena Plus, Astig sa sports as we check out the PVL All-Filipino Conference action here in the Phil Sports Arena. Thank you very much for joining us on the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. And on One Sports and One Sports Plus, we see both our squads, the Farm Fresh Foxies and the CAPITAL1 Solar Spikers. And we want to welcome everyone on RPTV as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is our first game of our double feature for today. Match number 10, game day 5. Again, it's a single round robin for our teams. They're gonna face off against each other once.
Just once, but it's a very long competition from Feb 20 to May 14. It's about 79 games for 12 teams, but only 4 teams will be rewarded with a spot in the semifinals, as the co-smashers once again will be the barometer for this all-Filipino conference. The team that has been so hard to beat has lorded it over here in the PVL competition.
Arroyo got a service ace a while ago.
Again.
Serve once more, but you're talking about green line, coach. It's good to see like teams like Farm Fresh or Young Guns really stepping it up. Of course, ang dikit ng laban nila, even in the last conference against the green line co-smashers.
I thought that there were a lot of games that the Fresh Foxes could have won, or should have won, previous conferences. Coach Roger Graham calls for another timeout earlier. The league was just down to about 4 or 5 points now. It places once again tonight, which is the largest lead for Farm Fresh here in set number 1.
Uy, huwag ka muna pumunta. Oo, pero nakita mo nakababad siya ron eh. Huwag ka sumiksik doon, di nagtatlo kayo ron. Dito ka muna. Ano eh, hindi naman malayo yung palo niya eh. May receive tayo palagi. Wala tayong execution ng atake natin, ang sasama. Huwag niyong targetin yung libero, nakaka-receive eh.
Important advice there from Coach Roger. Wag daw targetin yung libero nila. And, of course, the Farm Fresh Foxies. May receive naman daw yung CAPITAL1. Is this more of transition, Coach?
Actually, yung execution. Execution kung paano umatake. Hindi sila nakaka-atake ng maayos, pero sa ngayon, sa reception, nagkakaproblema sila. That's Yegos again, showing us full force. Makatulog, Yegos. That has been the main connection for Coach Roger here in set 1. Stops a good scoring run para sa Farm Fresh. That's 3-8. As Yegos has registered 4 first set points already. Makala si Chile Arroyo with 5 points leads the pack para sa Farm Fresh.
Jalana, 10-18. Rivera sets Bertolano. A chase here by CAPITAL1.
Hard to guard, hard to defend. It has always been explosive, only present at the net. And you like what you see of this young athlete, Tagsip. So Tagsip had 3 points, played all sets. And that 4-set loss to the Cool Smashers.
As she'll serve, it's 19-10. 9-point lead, courtesy of the girls in black in this ballgame. A powerful block there by Farm Fresh.
Coverage was there. Hindi talaga yun ni Janine Navarro. In the front row, against the double wall at Kubo. With the first offensive block, puts Farm Fresh 1 point farther. Right now, this is a commanding 10-point lead here in set number 1 for the Foxies.
Exactly, a comfortable cushion for them, but we like to see how focused they are in this ballgame. These two teams are still looking for their first win of the season. May goes to Niegos. And down the line with a sigh of relief, Coach Johnny.
On the open to the opposite, Nakatuna doing a good job beating the defense. Shifting the action to the other end, delaying the blockers as Bertolano was beaten. That last sequence, down the line point, executed by Niegos. Lead down to 9.
Good first ball as Luis Romero chases that one. Cross court by Bertolano. Navarro makes a play.
Transition connection here. First, an excellent dig. And then, the transition offense. Finished by Janine Navarro, who scores her first point here. After a 6-point output. To lead all scorers para sa Solar Spikers. Sa una nilang laban.
Rivera sends that one over. Makatuno dumps it. Louis Romero gives a chance goal for Capital One. Ball is still alive. Out of system play. Capital One a while ago, and Farm Fresh takes advantage of that one. First referee clarifying to our linesman. There's a touch according to him. They say it's off the hands of Landicho, but Coach Roger will contest that. We'll see if they'll accept the challenge that Capital One is trying to pose. As Coach Roger continues talking to our first referee here. But our first referee will maintain his decision. Point will go to Farm Fresh to the dismay of Coach Roger. It's 12 to 20 here in our ball game. And the challenge is denied. We'll go back to action. Legacion with the service. Lana first ball. Makatuno goes to Villegas. And a good bounce back here for Capital One.
Yung sinasabi ni Coach Roger kanina na hinahanap niya, nakaka-receive, hindi nakaka-atake. Ito nakaka-receive, ngayon nakaka-atake. Down 10 earlier, now better flow offensively for Cat Villegas and the rest of the Solar Spikers. 3-1 run for them late here in this set as we take a look at Kate Viray. Was not scored here off the bench for Farm Fresh. Oh, nobody home to defend that last shot coming from Eliza Bertolano. Well, that was 3 points.
Eliza Bertolano will serve. It's 22 to 13 here in our opening set. She has a mean serve here. But another service error for Eliza Bertolano.
Farm Fresh had 31 errors last time that they played. Capital One or Solar Spikers, meanwhile, committed a total of 20 out of the 75 points scored by the Cherry Tigo crossovers. Capital One gave up 20 points off their errors.
Navarro with the service. Like a block on that monster block there, courtesy of Shirley.
So from a 20-10 count, this is a nice 6-2 run here for the other shirts. A lot of point in there after a slow start. Offensive block courtesy of Shirley Salamanos.
And she's on the front line here, something that Farm Fresh has to look at as they continue play right now. Down the line, Kate Viray.
Back low.
It was a low set.
Very low. Miscommunication. Navarro could let adjust. And that attack error puts the Farm Fresh team just 2 points away from closing this first set.
Grisa Cruz will do the honors. Makatuno goes to Jalana.
Excellent first ball by Navarro, leading to Jalana's forceful attempt down the line. Leading Kate Viray. Once again, putting a lot of points on the board here for the Solar Spikers.
Arroyo answers back with a cross-court attack.
8 set points. Courtesy of Ginny Arroyo's 6 points. Sharing scoring honors with Misha Tubu have scored 12 to 24 points. For a 50% naambag para dito sa dalawang talented wing hitters or pin hitters ni Coach Jerry.
Shitubu and Louis Romero come back in on the court. An overdig there. Farm Fresh has an opportunity and they take it as she ends the set. We're talking about Shitubu on the Farm Fresh Foxy side as we check it out once again.
Explosive, quick, and precise. Shitubu at 19 points last time that they played. Scores are 7. It's a done deal in favor of Farm Fresh.
It's 25 to 16 here in the PVL. but we'll be back in Chapter 2. Premier Volleyball League, the heart of volleyball as we finish the first set, 25 minutes of action. It's 16 to 25 in favor of the Farm Fresh Foxies. As we check out the highs of our first set, now Coach Ronnie, we saw that Farm Fresh was more intact with their plays, more organized, if you say, against the CAPITAL1.
Especially in the opening part of the first set, hitting those 6 consecutive points. As Louis Romero stayed for a long time on the service line before the first point was scored. That Solar Spikers courtesy of Shirley Salamagos. Eventually, they found their offensive group, but by then, it was a done deal para sa Farm Fresh. At makikita natin na gumandang opensa ng Capital doon sa bandang dulo, registering 11 attack points. Actually, yani, this is the most that they have scored in a set after coming up with 6, 15, and 15 in that 3-set loss laban sa Charity Go crossover. So there's that marginal improvement that you're seeing. Better fight laban dito sa Capital. Let's see, this is parating na second set. So mas maayos ang simula na mangyayari para sa Solar Spikers.
Opponent errors 4 and 5 right now. CAPITAL1 and Farm Fresh will go head-to-head here in the second set. Of course, we're looking forward to which one will take the lead as we head on to Chapter 2. Kate Viray will start for Coach Jerry Yee in the Farm Fresh side of things. Heather Guinaw as well. And the CAPITAL1 Solar Spikers. And let's see if these two squads who are changing up their starting lineups here in the second set will find that spark that will propel them forward here in the first game of this double feature.
Players who did not see action for Coach Roger in their first match are getting the chance to suit up
Right.
dito sa larong ito. Rica Rivera, of course, is their second libero, talking about the yellow shirts.
Angela Gason playmaking here in the second set. Pierre Defonso cross court. And she gets her first point in this ball game.
Transition rally going in favor of the Farm Fresh Foxies. First point of the set once again goes to the black shirts as Legacion, formerly of the Arellano team, nakasama dati. Itong si Shirley Salamagos, seeing action for Coach Jerry Yee.
1 point on the board for Farm Fresh as Ange will continue to serve here. Underhand set. Heather Guinaw just tried to make a way in the middle of the donut hole of Farm Fresh.
He's read by Legacion. Difficult angle to work with, but somehow, as we take a look at this last play, Heather Guinaw has enough spin to get that ball safely across, not making that setup. And scoring an early point here in this set as Lourdes Clemente.
Yes.
Tallest player for Coach Roger.
Yes, and
Starts here in set 2.
exactly, Coach. She didn't start for us in the opening set, but she did start in their first match against Very Digo. This challenge, she's on at the court.
Only Kat Villegas remains from the initial unit that started the contest for Coach Roger. Tama, di ba?
This could be a sign that Coach Roger wants all his players to get experience during the early part of the PVL All-Filipino Conference.
A better start is something that definitely Coach Roger is looking at. Simply because they were outgunned in the first set, wherein they gave up 6 early points.
It's 3-1 on our scoreboard, and let's get this opportunity to get a report from Kyla Kingsu. Thanks so much, Yani. Now here in the PVL, we got new and brighter beginnings for our talented and ever so deserving athletes, and that is what the CAPITAL1 Solar Strikers are all about. And their journey to establishing themselves in the programs begins with taking this chance to redeem their PVL debut performance. Now the Foxies might have quickly snatched that first set, but we did see efforts of players like Jenny Navarro, who is actually not too new to the PVL scene. I asked her earlier on what she's bringing from her experiences with J-Floor and Nextled, and she answered that this time she's embracing her role as a senior and as a leader, and that comes along with addressing the challenge of bringing her newly formed team closer. Kaya naman last Saturday, she planned a players-only dinner for the team after training, where they even got to enjoy some karaoke and get to bond more, building more chemistry on and off the court. And with Captain Jarrell still down, we're definitely seeing Jenny step up in hopes of turning this set around. Now this report to you is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now or watch via pilipinaslive.com and experience PVL games live in HD and commercial free anytime and anywhere in the world. Now back to you. Thank you, Kyla, for that report.
Got you, says Kate Santiago meanwhile.
Yes, and a while ago, Joan Narit as well gained the point for the Farm Fresh Foxies.
The Ateneo connection, Ildefonso, De Los Reyes, Narit,
Yes.
playing together at the same time here for Farm Fresh, or ahead by 3.
Powerful block there. Del Rosario with a back set to Melgar. Blocked as well by Farm Fresh. They go to the pin. Coach Roger shielding himself from the ball. Parang hindi sanay.
Alam mo namang comic relief ni Coach Roger, seen it all. How many championships has Coach Roger pocketed in his decades of coaching in Philippine volleyball? 4-point lead here for Farm Fresh.
And up there, CAPITAL1 sends it over. Big Santiago cross court jump at the net, one by CAPITAL1.
That's the effort that Coach Roger is looking at. This group definitely quicker, more mobile. First, they stick to save the play, and then the quick reaction time coming from Kat Villegas. Villegas, formerly of the Lady Stags. Para sa team ni Coach Roger, now has 2 points. Did not see action sa una nilang laro.
Powerful attack though by Kate Peray. And she reminds us with that attack that she has experience, of course, here in the PBL. But of course, now she's one of the newer members in the Farm Fresh Foxy side.
One of the top players for Chocomucho before she made the decision to move to a different direction. Also used to be a part of the dreaded team of Coach Pong Perez for the USD Lady Tigresses. Kasama sila si Rondina and of course the Lowry sisters.
Unfortunately, she gets a service error on that. It's 4-7 right now. Kat Villegas will do the honors. Negasyon chooses Kate Santiago down the line and it powers through.
Oh yes, no doubt. Quick tactical timeout again. Kasamang Yani at 8-4. Once again in favor of Farm Fresh.
broadcasts the 2024 PVL All-Filipino Conference every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday on One Sports Plus, RPTV, and Pilipinas Live. PVL, the heart of volleyball. We're here in the Phil Sports Arena, witnessing the action between Kate Viray, Pia Ildefonso as they go against CAPITAL1. Here on the court for them, they go against Rivera, of course, and Orendain. As she goes for the cross-court attack and gets points off the technical timeout.
We heard that shot over to where we are seated, and that's the kind of feedback that ball was hit by Pati Orendain. All the way from USLS to the Phil Sports Arena. Lead down to 3 here for Farm Fresh.
5-8 on our scoreboard. They go to Pia Ildefonso and another cross-court attack by Pia.
Going wide, going deep. Back in zone 5. For the daughter of basketball great Danny Ildefonso. Used to play for the Ateneo Lady Eagles in the UAP. Together with this young lady.
Rizal de los Reyes with the service. And Rosario goes to Des Clemente. Red there, over on 2. They go to Heather. Del Rosario back to Heather. And in between, the Farm Fresh Foxy.
In between De Los Reyes and Ildefonso. What about Heather Ginoo? Second chance. She delivers 1 of 2 in the last sequence to her delight. Now, Heather Ginoo, formerly of the Lady Tamaraos, registers her second point. All coming here in set number 2. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa iyo, Yani, na itong unit na to seems to play better for Coach Roger. Defensively and offensively as well.
Right. They limit the lead to 3. First referee blows the whistle, and the point will be awarded to the Farm Fresh Foxies. Capital 1 will call a foot fault challenge here. Play was too fast for us to see. That's good we have the video challenge to supplement, of course, the match at hand. Get a closer look at what's being contested. 69 with Farm Fresh winning that first set in a convincing action.
And so far, what we have seen here from Coach Roger is that he has fielded at least 4 or 5 players within that action. Their first match, and that's clear as day for S. Clemente. This is spotted by our second referee. That point will go to Farm Fresh. The Foxies were being challenged here in set number 2. Continues to stay ahead.
Challenge unsuccessful for Coach Roger. Challenge is unsuccessful. As Angela Negocion gears up for this service. 4-point lead for the Foxies. Del Rosario goes to the pin, blocks. She goes back to Melgar, but the Farm Fresh Foxies able to stop that one.
Rosario tried to give another chance sa kanyang pin hitter, but Narit was all over that last defensive sequence for another 5-point lead here.
Narit Viray, Ildefonso in the front line for the Farm Fresh Foxies. And Negocion goes to Pia, a tip over the double block. Melgar will try with this one. Coverage by Viray. Ildefonso again. Bingo will set to Heather.
Good save.
Ildefonso with a cross-court attack, but that one feels too strong for Pia.
Tried to score off the block instead, will overshoot the mark. And right now we're seeing more rallies compared to that first set loss here para sa Solar Spikers. A sign that they're playing much better, defending and able to transition and execute their offensive system. They down to 4 here for the Foxes.
Now Des Clemente will serve 7-11. We go to Viray. Clemente saves that one, a dump. Ball is alive. Then Rosario tried to set that one.
Smart. Smart. Plus enough spin to disguise what could have been a power hit.
Jolina De La Cruz, Lorene Toring here on our sidelines. Both players still recovering. And of course, excited to see action here in the PVL ranks.
It will come. 5-point lead, the biggest lead here for the Foxies in set number 2.
Del Rosario will set to Melgar, tried to push it. Out of system play here on the CAPITAL1 side of things.
Defensive breakdown here for the yellow shirts puts them in a 6-point hole.
And because of that, this will cue Coach Roger for another timeout.
Parang niyayaya yung mga blocker. Oh, ito, blocking na yung player ko. Ang bagal. Mabagal na, mataas pa. Tapos kayo, ano nangyari doon sa likod doon? Tumaas yung bola, wala na namang kumuha. Ganyan-ganyan kayo sa ensayo. Pagdating sa laro, bit-bit yan eh. Diba? Kakatalo lang ng spiker mo. Biglang nagbalikan yung bola. Tumatayo pa lang, binibigyan mo na ulit. Wala kang mabilis sa mata. Ikaw ang magpapagalaw sa play sa spiker mo eh. Huwag mababa. Naglagyan mo ng speed yung set.
Coach Roger looks like he was targeting Del Rosario with that timeout, talking about the speed and pace of their plays, especially against this faster Farm Fresh Foxy team.
Simply because of the way the Foxies have been executing their blocking system as of late. Kumbaga, nakukubabawa ng mga hitters dito ng Solar Spikers. Mabantayan ng gusto.
Lazo, the libero, will set to keep the Santiago cross court, but that was strong for the former Adamson Lady Falcon.
Who was 10 of 25 and was the second leading scorer for the Foxies with 11 points behind the 19 of Trisha Tubu. Last time that they played against the Gold Smashers in a match that they lost, that took over 2 hours to end.
As we see Ganaho with that serve, they go back to Kate, but this time, and in this opportunity, she creates a down-the-line attack.
Attacking the shorter blocker in Belgar.
Exactly. And that spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan.
Sikip ng dinaanan ng dalawang manlalaro ang dinaanan. That's how big that ball went down.
Joan Narit with that service. Bingo asked for it as she set to the pin. Narit was there to cover. Santiago cross court. Belgar tried to make away. Deny blocked. Santiago
That's
gets
it.
it.
Austin Pacquiao on the showing us triple effort. That's for the other shirts. Despite the fact that the Foxies won that last point, makikita mo kung gaano kasipag itong si Orentahir. Defending, attacking once again. Transitioning to play defense. All in that sequence. Biggest lead, 7 para sa Foxies at 15-8.
Del Rosario this time goes to Melgar. Powers through the double block to the sigh of relief of CAPITAL1.
Just enough height for Melgar to hit. Para dito sa team ng Solar Spikers, Melgar off the bench today with 2 points. Melgar, one of 4 or 5 players who did not see action for the Solar Spikers sa una nilang pagkatalo playing today. Alam mo, Yani, mga 5 sa 10 puntos ng Solar Spikers have come from attack errors. Para dito sa team ng Foxies. And they committed only 5 errors sa kabuuan ng unang set na panalo.
5 errors for the Farm Fresh Foxies. Oh, and 4 for CAPITAL1 a while ago. Big there by Melgar. Bingo. Goes to the pin. And Legacion to get Santiago. Just mid-air. Attack from Heather Ginoa at the pipe. And down the line from the middle. Giselle de los Reyes as we head on over to our second technical timeout. Farm Fresh on top. Good news mga kapatid! Napapanood na rin tayo ngayon sa pinakabagong free-to-air channel na talaga naman para sa Pinoy, ang RPTV. Tutok na sa analog at TV Channel 9, DTT Channel 19, at sa higit 300 cable at satellite providers nationwide at sa Signal Play. As we head on back here, of course, CAPITAL1 owners here in the PhilSports Arena, they're being taken care of by the Romero sisters as they go against the Farm Fresh Foxies, 8 Santiago.
Also, caught a glimpse of team captain Gerald Singh dancing action today sa pangalawang laro ng Capital Solar Spikers dahil siya may hamstring strain na nangyari sa kanya sa unang nilang laban.
Now, Shai Umandal comes in here in the latter part of the second
And
set.
that's why I like to see as many teams as possible in the PVL, simply because it gives a lot of chances for the players who are out of this professional league to see action once again and show that they belong dito sa ating Premier Volleyball League.
Exactly. You see a long rally going on here to start us off. It's Santiago. Good. The dig by Bingo. Kay Laza as well with that coverage.
Two boys back.
Over on two by Del Rosario.
Another attack error.
And you mentioned a while ago, Coach, that the most of the points that Capital1 is taking advantage of are
3
errors.
points, right.
Yes, from the Farm Fresh
Simply
Foxes.
because there is already a rally that has been happening time and again, which is something that we rarely saw dun sa unang set. Tapon ng bola, puntos agad, dito hindi. Kaya may chance ang magkamali yung kanilang kalaban.
Shai Umandal with that service a while ago, and that an awkward set. Shatubu still tried to put it over the net, but it was too low for them.
Two straight errors here for Trisha Tubu. Definitely the error count will increase at the end of the set. Pag tinignan natin yung bilang, Sumandal will commit a service error. Down 7, now behind by 5.
Better showing for the
A lot better, a lot better. Probably the best sets for the Solar Spikers. Another error. Papalo sa 10 errors nitong marami para sa Foxies.
Because of that, the lead will go down, and Capital1 will try to close that out here in the second set.
If I'm not mistaken, Patio Randain is already an enlisted player sa AFP. And double check natin kung sa Air Force, or sa Philippine Army, or sa Philippine Coast Guard. We'll take a look at that shortly.
PL Defonso with a cross-cart attack. Pat brings it over to Shatubu with a powerful spike there. Melgar from the pipe, but unfortunately that does not cross the net. Farm Fresh Foxies go up to 18 with a 5-point lead here in the second chapter. Now Jaisal De Los Reyes will go back to the service line. But that one goes outside. We'll give Capital1 another point here.
So every time the Foxies increase their lead, Solar Spikers fight back. Lead down to 4 here for the Foxies as they find the secondary setter, playmaker Del Rosario at the service line.
Charles at the net, won by Des
And
Clemente.
another error here for the black shirts. Brings itong Solar Spikers 1 point closer. The lead has shrunk to just 3 points.
Exactly, and because of that, a timeout will be called, but Capital1 Solar Spikers will here on the sidelines cheering their team on. Pull out. We all know that Coach Jerry is a man of few words, and the person talking in that timeout for the Farm Fresh Foxies is Shimizu Mikihiro. They also have a translator on the side of Farm Fresh and
Interpreter, you mean?
yes, an interpreter, and because of that, they were able to train with Crash Key Ablaze back in their off-season for a month. Brought one of the assistant coaches here.
Oops.
Del Rosario just sends a chance ball to Farm Fresh. Yeah, and Defonso took advantage of that.
Translates closer and cut the lead to just 18-15 to just 2 points. Instead, that free ball gives Ildefonso another chance to move them out of harm's way. Ildefonso has delivered 4 points off the bench here on 3 attack points and 1 service ace.
Shatubu with that service. Del Rosario to Heather Ginoo.
That's more like it for Heather Ginoo. Trying to resurrect her professional career here with Coach Roger. That is the same runway para sa ating maraming manlalaro. For SGA Capital, for the Solar Spikers, getting a second chance probably, as we want to put it.
This Clemente with that serve, 16 to 19. Coverage, but not alive. Again, Pia Ildefonso converting.
5 points for Pia, or here in set 2. Tubo leads the way with 7, followed by Chile Arroyo with 6. And of course, Kate Santiago was contributed 5 points.
Serve here by Pia, 16 to 20 in favor of Farm Fresh.
Ganda nun.
Good dig though by Kay Lazo. Overhand by Louie a while ago. Coverage by Trisha Tubu. They go to Kate Santiago this time, red like a book. Another attempt on the Trisha Tubu side. Kate Santiago unable to send that over.
Right now, the Solar Spikers just bouncing on every opportunity that has been handed to them by the Foxes. I say handed kasi ang daming regalong puntos talaga at nanganganak na nanganganak. Most number of points for the Solar Spikers after just 36 points scored in their first match.
Oh, but the service error on Capital 1, and because of Farm Fresh giving more errors to Capital 1, this team in the yellow shirts needs to limit their errors
Yes,
to
correct.
maximize
Correct.
this opportunity. Bertolano comes in as De Los Reyes as well for Coach Jerry Yee, looking for that spark plug to close out this
Yes,
set.
looking for the closers.
Liza Bertolano, that jump serve. Service ace.
That's why she's there. Also had that ace to close out the first sets. Para sa Foxes, doon sa laban nila, laban sa Bull Smashers, winning that set 36-34. Time out for baseball.
Dito ka maglagay ng ano ha. Dito ka maglagay sa dulo ng bola ha. Maliit ang lakad ni Papi rito. Dito ka magpadaan ni Papi. Ibabawal mo yan. Huwag ka magpapacheck kasi mas maliit sa'yo yan eh. Ha? Sino yung nasa gitna ikaw? Sai, kunin mo dito ha. Dito ka lang ha. Tingin ng backline dito, Heather. Tingin ng backline dito. Dami natin bolang bumabagsak. Sayang. Ang taga sa bola.
Now, aside from their individual veteran experience on the Capital One side, Coach Roger emphasizing that they have to target the smaller blocker here in the Farm Fresh Foxy side of things. And let's see if that will manifest here in the latter part of the second set. Bertolano will continue to serve 4 points from 3 attacks and 1 ace. Bertolano with that first ball. It's Santiago.
That's quick. Closers are back. The closers are here to stay. Kanina bumaba na sa 2 points na lang ang hinahabol ng Solar Spikers. Ngayon pumalo na naman sa 6. With a strong finishing kick courtesy of Eliza Bertolano.
Bertolano again with that jump serve. Coverage by Farm Fresh. Trisha Tubo from the right, but that one.
Let me correct myself. 4 ang pinakamalapit na idinikit nila Pati Orendain. Bago umakyat sa 6 at ngayon bumaba sa 5 on another Trisha Tubo attack miscue.
8 18-23 as Capital 1 capitalizes on the errors of the Farm Fresh Foxies. Quick set and attack to Tubu was there to cover.
Good coverage by Tubu.
They go to Patty. Belgar from the pipe. Luis Romero chooses Kate Santiago cross court. Del Rosario back to Patty.
Oops.
Big chance ball for Capital 1. Push. Luis Romero goes to Santiago this time. Ball is still alive. Belgar will give a rainbow to Farm Fresh.
Long rally. Transition opportunities for Capital 1 just could not put that point away. At ang pinaka-nangihinaya yung chance para kay Shai Umandal. But right now, Foxy's ahead by 6 set points here. And an extended second set, umaba ito after a very quick first set.
Exactly. 7 excellent sets for Luis Romero. An error by the Capital 1 side of things will give Farm Fresh this second set win. And a better showing on the Capital 1 Solar Spikers. Farm Fresh is still dominating in terms of closing out their set, and they're no longer a rookie team as we see here 18-25 with 30 minutes of action, and we'll talk more about the second set and we come back. We're back inside the Phil Sports Arena here in the PVL, the heart of volleyball. The first set went 16-25. Capital 1 is 18-25 here in the second set with 5 minutes additional length of action. As we check out the highlights here in Chapter 2, we saw that Capital 1 had a better showing. First, Coach Ronnie was able to tell us that was Farm Fresh Foxies finding spark plugs with Pia Ildefonso, Joan Maris, and Jason De Los Reyes. In the end, they were able to field back in Kate Santiago mean serve. Was able to get a service ace for her to help close out that set. As we check out our set 2 statistics, it's 18 to 25. Capital One with 7 attacks. Farm Fresh dominating in that aspect, as well as blocks and aces. Whereas Capital One unable to produce in those factors in the game. As we check out the opponent errors, Coach Ronnie was able to tell us a while ago that Farm Fresh gave a lot of points to Capital One. We see 11 opponent errors. Farm Fresh able to limit that to 5, and this is why the girls in yellow were able to make the lead smaller throughout that second set. As we check out the numbers here on your screen.
This is what I was trying to point out earlier. The number of errors that the Foxes committed that enabled the Solar Spikers to keep the set close. Goes without saying that the Solar Spikers really improved their level of play 3 notches higher. Nahirapan ng Foxes kaya sila nagkamali. Nagkaroon ng maraming transition, exchanges, maraming rallies, mahaba. Tigit sa lahat, yung kombinasyon na ginamit ni Coach Roger Graham definitely played much better. Dahil yung kanyang starting unit niya ay naiwanan ng maaga. At kahit humabol ng bandang dulo, hindi na nagkaroon ng sapat na pagkakataon dito dumikit. Tumaba hanggang 4 doon sa dulo before the Foxes extricated themselves from a dangerous situation with Eliza Bertolano's excellent performance from the service line.
We saw the leading scorers for both squads. Tubu with 7, Niegos with 5. We'll see who will be the spark plugs for both teams and who'll shine. Here in the third set, Farm Fresh Foxys wanting to bring this home, but Capital One still looking for that chemistry that they need to propel forward. But it's, of course, they were just formed 3 weeks before the start of the All-Filipino Conference, still getting their footing, but it's good to know that there are different players who are able to contribute, especially the veteran players here in this one. May Makatuno does the honors for set number 3. Powerful attack there, but denied by Capital One, and this time they're the ones who get the first point on the board.
Looking for another quick start. Instead, Capital One secures the first point for the first time in this match. That's a good sign here for Meg Makatuno and the rest of the Solar Spikers.
May Makatuno last played back in 2019. As you mentioned, Coach Ronnie, a lot of players here in Capital One looking to start their pro journey.
Arroyo at a total of 6 per set points. Has been blocked twice. And Negos from UE has scored 6 points. Salamagos who registered 2 points. Comprises the Twin Tower combination. Sa blocking para dito sa Solar Spikers who are ahead by 2 points. At the net toucher coming from Jalala gives the first point of the set for Farm Fresh.
Coach Roger not happy about that. We love how animated Coach Roger is on the sidelines. Rivera with that set to Niegos. Covered there by Louis Romero.
Oh, that's the Trisha Tubu that we know of. 8 points for Trisha Tubu. Some attack errors in set number 2. And had a solid 7-point performance. Set 1, the runaway win. Only had 1 point in that set 2 performance para sa Farm Fresh itong si Trisha Tubu.
Eliza Bertolano hands it to Romero, who goes for Tagsip. Ball is still alive. Chance for Farm Fresh.
There we go.
Wow, and that powerful spike though by Chen Arroyo.
22 years old from Mandawi City. Traces her roots to Subang Dapu Technical Vocational School. 8 points. First game para sa kanila ngayon, already with 7 in her second match.
Romero first ball. Janelle sets up. Capital One, back set to Jalana. Denied. Niegos this time over the double blockers. They go back to Arroyo. Romero this time chooses Tubu. Capital One goes for Jalana. Tubu off speed hits! The IQ of Trisha Tubu here in the pro ranks.
So maturity level comes with the process of playing more games here in the programs. And that mission to reading the defense well. Off speed. Was on a drop. Down to earlier. Coming away with 4 straight points for a 2-point lead here, set number 3. Combination play for the yellow shirts.
There's communication there as well. Trisha Tugu takes advantage of the down-the-line attack and will take this opportunity to send it over to Kyla King-Soo. Thanks so much, Yani. Now the Farm Fresh Foxes were definitely kept on their toes in that second set with the increasing level of urgency and confidence from the side of the Solar Spikers. Now for teams like these that have yet to secure their first win of their campaign this conference, it is imperative for every single member to step up and step out of their comfort zone. And that's exactly what Chini Arroyo did for the Foxies last week, putting up numbers in her debut. I spoke to Chini regarding what has been the key factor and really allowing her to immediately adapt to and excel in her new team right off the bat. And she said that it's all about teamwork and an endless exchange of learnings between the younger talents and the vets. And one specific thing that she upholds and hopes to impart to her younger teammates is her do-or-die mindset. Every game, whoever their opponent may be, and rightfully so, because of how a new team like Capital1 is trying to complicate matters for them. Now, this report is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com and experience PVL games live in HD and commercial-free anytime and anywhere in the world. Now, let's go back to this rally. Thank you, Kyla. Bodies are on the floor on the side of Capital1. And speaking of that report, she mentioned the fighting spirit, spearheaded by Chin Arroyo, something that we love to see here in the pro ranks, especially with this young and new team. And the Capital1 Solar Spikers. A while ago, one of the points of Capital1 was a courtesy of Jalana from the blockers of Farm Fresh, but Chin Arroyo 7 points so far. That one sails outside though for her.
You take the good with the bad. Arroyo has put in more good points here para dito sa Farm Fresh.
Mikal and Mandy Arroyo.
Romero.
Milka Romero. Romero a while ago on our
The daughters, of course, of Mikey Romero. The owners for the Capital1 Solar Spikers.
As we head on to our first technical timeout here in set number 3. Back here in the Phil Sports Arena as we head on over to the third set. Farm Fresh Foxies against Capital1. Combination play read like a book by Farm Fresh, courtesy of Risa Cruz. We check it out once again here.
You can sense that this unit is looking for the kill. Playing with more fire here in set 3 after giving up 11 unforced errors doon sa set 2 na panalo and being down at 2-0 earlier. This is a 9-2 run here for the Foxes who gives up that last point. Sayang Magdal, Negos, Salamagos doing their best Diegos has performed really well here in her very first match para kay Coach Roger Garaya.
As you see Riza Cruz on our screens, Sid Niegos with his service, 5-9. Louis Romero to Riza Cruz. Pati Orendain draws score.
Continues to impress. Pati Orendain might only have 2 points, but the fire that she brings, the leadership, the veteran experience was wrapped up for the rest of the Solar Spiders.
Sid Niegos used to play for Photon and JRU. Romero chooses Bertolano this time. They go up to Jalana, but that catches the net.
Lana so far with 3 points. 2 points in set 1 and a point scored in set 2. It has been quiet since. Still has to get unshot. They're still behind by 4 here in set number 3.
Tubo with that serve a while ago. Jalana tries again. Romero sends it over, blocked. Tubo will set to Bertolano. CAPITAL1 in the pin.
That's what I was referring to. Niegos once again. Quick to the draw. 6-4 Niegos. Explosion performance for Niegos.
Exactly, and a better energy for CAPITAL1 here in the third set.
Mabilis. So naka-recover.
Chayo Mandal with this service, 7-10. Janelle with that first ball. Cruz right with that one. Pero to Arroyo.
Yes, Arroyo has been very efficient. Except for that first 2 shots of which she was blocked to start the third set. Arroyo has been a high percentage hitter para dito kay Coach Jerry. Now has accounted for a total of 8 points in this match.
Lai Bertolano with 4 points so far, one of which is an ace. Jalana blocked by Riza Cruz.
Smart play from Makatuno. It's not a matter of height. At times, most of the time, it's all about being smart. Makatuno with her first point. Napangiti si Louis Romero. Kanyang counterpart. Nagulangan at tautakan ang mga Foxies.
Pat here with 2 points from 2 attacks. Romero goes to Arroyo. Powerful attack for her.
Very impressive, really. Getting a lot of playing time here for the Foxies. Galing sa National University. Pakyan ng champion team ng NU. Played season 82 to season 84. Season 84 na kung saan sila nag-champion.
Lana answers back with a cross court. Romero chases that one to set back to Arroyo and again.
Iba yung maraming touches na pumapalo lang. Ito, pag pumalo, pasok.
Right.
Puntos. Look at the sweat all over Chineroyo. We did not see action in set 2, by the way. So dito, getting the most the touches coming from Romero for a 5-point lead. That's way long.
Another point given to CAPITAL1. It's 19-13 on our scoreboard. And this could be an opportunity for May and her camp to capitalize on, create a run here in the third set.
As I take a look at Janine Navarro just continuing to activate that right shoulder while waiting for another chance to see action here para kay Coach Roger.
Service errors, Farm Fresh with 2, CAPITAL1, 0. Niegos, smart use blockers.
Backset by Makatuno. Oh, that was a lucky play for Niegos, but still gets the point. They down to 3. 13-10.
3-point lead, the Farm Fresh on top. 5 excellent sets so far for May here in the CAPITAL1 side of things. Arroyo with the first ball. Romero goes back to Chen, blocks. Janelle sets up Arroyo as well. And she has the hot hands for the Farm Fresh Foxies.
Hot hand, heavy hands. Very hard to defend even against a double block. Arroyo right now improving her 8-point output, which is scored against both the Cone Smashers, now already with 11.
Blocked though by Sikal Tagsip. Romero, combination blade, there's a duo. Off-speed hit that gets it inside the donut hole of Capital 1 as we check that out closer once again.
Very impressive. Continues to improve her level of play, helping her team to a 5-point lead at 15-10. Like that 16-10 at that 12 blocks, that offensive block scored by Trisha Tubo for a 6-point lead. Kasama Yani as we reach the second.
Technical timeout. Arena Plus, a Stig Sports here in the Bill Sports Arena as we witness the first match of our doubleheader. Set number 3, Jalana from the pipe. Point that goes to Capital 1.
Infraction called against Louis Romero. Another push needed here by Salamagos and the rest of the Solar Spikers. Down 2 sets. Definitely a better performance para sa kanila. Sa kanilang pangalawang laro. Meron pa silang nalalabing siyam, no? All teams will play a total of 11 games each. It's hit. With straight points given up.
Tagsip too strong with that one. Capital 1 will face Strong Group Athletics in March 5 as Farm Fresh will go against Akari.
So one of those teams will get their first win.
First ball there.
Quick.
Combination blade to siya dugo.
Good reception. Good pass by Arroyo. 12-pound Louis Romero set up 3 sa tubo. Combination play. Good decoy move coming from Tagsip.
Sini Arroyo on deck to serve. It's 12 to 17 here. She has 11 attacks from 11 points rather from 10 attacks. But that one unfortunately does not cross the net.
Very promising unit. Talking about itong team ng Fresh Foxes. You saw a glimpse earlier of Janina Battle, one of the top players for the Solar Spikers, formerly of the Blazers. Sa title run nila, together with Pangs Panaga.
Chase, Jalana! Rainbow sent over to Farm Fresh. Sikap Tagsip takes advantage of the scramble in the Capital 1 side of things.
That's the smartest of Louis Romero, changing the pace. Sensing that this is a possible easy point for them. Alam niya, wala sa pwesto yung depensa. Going for that shoot set. Tagsip closes out that last point. Back to another 5-point lead here for the Foxies.
Tagsip on deck to serve, 18 to 13. Lana with the first ball. Down the line, powerful attack there. Tagsip sends it over. But this time, access denied, and the point will go to to Farm Fresh.
Very chance that we saw Diegos locked in this match. The Black Shirts are looking to close out this match and they're able to do so. 2 straight points for them.
Dadaan naman yan eh. Hindi naman yung dadaan lang sa harap niya. Mas huwag kang magpapalito. Huwag kang magpalito. Pag hindi gumagalaw yung isa, huwag kang magpapalito. Focus ka lang dun sa bola para makikita niyo. Ayos naman tayo eh.
Sige lang.
I-kombinasyonan mo lang lagi ng kombinasyonan doon. Patakbuhin mo yung isa. Dito ng person.
Arena Plus takes a scores and that calm demeanor by Coach Roger. Hopefully the composure rubs off in the CAPITAL1 side of things. Substitutions over on the Farm Fresh side. Riza Cruz, Eliza Bertolano, Trisha Tubu in the front line. Ulit Santiago with the service. The closers of Coach Jerry back on the court. But that one is too strong for Des Clemente. Clemente gets a ball touch. Our first referee says that there's a touch.
Yes, so that will be a green card awarded to the Foxies. Tama. Oo, yung pag-amin po para wala lang challenge. Una, pangalawa, para to speed up the game.
Diegos with this service. Riza Cruz
Still alive.
through. Lana from the back. A chase here. Eliza Bertolano with an up. Who sends it over. Chance for CAPITAL1. Clemente finds an opening.
Will not be denied. Des Clemente getting 2 chances to score her first point and she delivers on that second slide play.
Romero unable to chase that one and keep that alive. Diegos 9 points from 7 attacks and 2 blocks.
And that diffuses this third set rally para sa Solar Spikers. But nonetheless, you have to give credit dito sa Solar Spikers who have really prepared long and hard dito sa kanilang pangalawang laro after accounting for only 36 points in their matchup laban sa team ng Charitigo Crossovers last time that, or the first time that they played.
Eliza Bertolano, powerful attack there. They go to Patty, down the line, and it is inside.
Outside.
Oh, outside, rather.
They'll be down by 6. Ever fiery Patty Orendain.
Trisha Tubo with the serve. A shot, though, by John Lana and Farm Fresh will inch towards match points.
15 for Tubo, had 19 against the Gold Smashers for 34 points in 2 games.
Tubo again with the service. Chase there. Bingo sends it over. He's a Cruz. Off-speed hit.
Bitin na bitin. Nagawa ng para ni Risa Cruz.
Riza Cruz staring Trisha Tubo down after that one. 23 to 25 here in
15.
23 to 15 here in
Right.
set number 3. Coach.
As Navarro is about to make her re-entry. First time since the initial set that we see Janine Navarro, the leading scorer for them. That's the first match na nilaro nila with 6. Dito, Diegos has 9. Para dito sa Solar Spikers. Clemente, once again, with that running hit.
The first ball, Bingo Landicho just sent that over to May. And this spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan.
The vertical generated by Des Clemente. I believe last played sa F2 Logistics. Definitely played for F2 Logistics. Tama ba? Yani, doon siya uli naglaro.
Petrogas.
Petrogas.
Des Clemente.
8 set points, equivalent to 8 match points. For their first win of this conference and the second loss of the Solar Spikers.
Eliza Bertolano had that service ace in their previous match against Creamline. Close out the first set. She has the first ball. They go to Riza Cruz. Coverage by Bingo. Back from the pipe. Remember, Riza Cruz this time down the line.
Lisa Cruz will score all of her 4 points here in the final set, scoring the final 3 points to close the door and seal the deal and register the first win. For the farm, Frank, Foxes, or Spikers, feels like 0-2 to start this contest.
Jerry G, blood spirits as a farm fresh Foxies gets their first win here in the PVL All-Filipino Conference. And we'll be back to wrap this up. You're here in the PVL, the heart of volleyball, as the Farm Fresh Foxies gets their first win against CAPITAL1 Solar Spikers, 16-25, 18-25, and 16-25. We'll head on over to Kayla Kingsu with Chin Arroyo, the player of the game. Thanks so much for that, Yanni. Here with me is our best player of the game, who is none other than Chini Arroyo with 11 points, 10 attacks, and 1 service ace. And big congratulations to you, and of course, to your team for your first win of the conference. Chini, pag-usapan natin yung previous matchup niyo against Creamline. Ano yung naging biggest takeaways niyo from that match that you applied today to bounce back?
Madami kaming na nung last na yung mga errors ay yung mga past games namin na mga nagkulang kami. Yun yung in-apply namin ngayong game na to.
Chini, Farm Fresh is a young team with many new recruits, including yourself. So how have you been able to build your chemistry, both on and off the court?
Simula na nag-team building kami, nagkaano-ano naman na kami. Like, kahit outside the court naman, magkakilala naman na kami lahat. So, mabilis na lang yung ano namin sa isa't isa.
Is there anyone you want to greet? Go ahead, your friends, family, fans.
Hi sa family ko, sa friends ko, at sa tsaka sa aso ko, Chiyo!
Yun lang. Okay, there you have it. That was Senior Best Player of the Game. Congratulations once again to you and to the Farm Fresh Foxies. Now back to you, Yanni, Coach Ron. Thank you very much, Kayla Kingston. Congratulations once again to Chini Arroyo as they swept against the CAPITAL1 Solar Spikers here with the Farm Fresh Foxies. So check out the highs of this match. Now, Coach Ronnie, what did you see work this time for Farm Fresh to really take this dominant win?
When they wanted to score, they really could. But I believe that the net defense was excellent for the Foxes all match long, respecting the fact that itong team na katapat nila, even na tatalo sa unang laban, ay delikado pag nakabuelo. It showed. Because when the Solar Spikers started playing better, kinailangan na seryosohin ng Foxes yung laro. Malakita natin sa second set. Dahil kung hindi, baka na-overtaken sila sa tulo. Tingnan nangyari. If that for the heroics of Eliza Bertolano, who scored critical points sa service line to close out set number 2. But Tubo and Arroyo, yung kanilang static presence, and Louis Ramirez's playmaking was once again very stable. Very secure their first win this season.
And a good first win at that. The CAPITAL1 with 50 points. Better than their first match. And Farm Fresh with 75. What is the story here as we check out our statistics throughout this entire match?
The story is superior offense for Farm Fresh. For the Solar Spikers, definitely much better than the 36-point output that they scored in their first loss. Samantala, nakita mo yung sinasabi natin na net defense para dito sa Farm Fresh, and that was a huge problem for the Solar Spikers all match long. Error count, talagang nag-capitalize ang Solar Spikers dyan, lalong-lalo sa pangalawang set. But all in all, the Foxes were not to be denied, and they played well enough to be able to escape from danger to the second set, and with the sweeping the Solar Spikers in 3 straight sets.
Speaking of sweeping, of course, we have another match to look forward to. It's the 3-9 Cool Smashers against the Atari Chargers in just a bit. But thank you very much for tuning in on behalf of Coach Ronnie Magsano, Kakaila Kingsu, and Director Del Natividad. This has been Yanni Mayo here in the PVL, the heart of volleyball.